There was this story of a young man in Kenya whom it was alleged that his fiancée, dumped him. In Nigeria, we say served him breakfast 2 days to the wedding. I consider it to be extreme. Somebody sent me the news and asked, what are the remedies available to this young man under Nigerian law? The thing is that under Nigerian law, and in the laws of most countries, you understand, we call it's called breach. There's a principle in law known as breach of promise to marry. Under this principle, the partner who has been jilted can be entitled to damages and compensation for the loss, financial loss, and the distress. Let me put a bit of context to this. In Nigeria, you find some young men engaged to a lady. Both families have a mutual understanding that they are going to marry. May decide to add value to the lady, send her through 4, 5, 6, 7 years of university education, only for the lady to graduate from the university and then says that she's no longer interested in the marriage. Ladies have also been victims. You find ladies who are successful, go all out to support this guy who is trying to start life from scratch, only to get, sometimes run into debt in trying to support him, only for him to later call off the engagement. Even people do it to their partners. Woman or the man would have supported it to a certain extent. You grow and then feel that the person can no longer match your class. But for breach of promise to marry, one thing you need to know is that, yes, the courts will award damages in most cases if they deem it fit. And they can also award other forms of compensation. But the thing that the court will never do is that the court will never compel the other partner to be married to the person that they have jilted. They will not do that. There have been instances where people approach the court to say, my lord, I'm heavily invested in this relationship. He or she has jilted me, force her to marry me. The court will not do that. You understand? But when it comes to compensation for the damages, for the financial loss, for the emotional trauma, for the embarrassment that you have faced, compensation can be granted. But absolutely, it's at the discretion of the courts anyway. But one thing you need to know about this principle is that the person that is claiming the breach has to tender evidence. There has to be real, tangible evidence. Word of mouth may not be enough to compel the courts. You can tender pictures, can tender video, you can tender transaction receipts, can call witnesses too. But also know that there are times that this calling off an engagement may be justified. Yes, may be morally and legally justified under certain circumstances. For instance, where there's blood group or genotype incompatibility. It may be that the partner has discovered that this my fiancé is a serial cheat, is unfaithful. I cannot condone infidelity. You understand? There are other instances where it may be justified, but in this, where it is not justified, the partner who has been jilted, the court will most likely grant damages.